This week in science, we'll be learning a lot more about plants. So, yesterday we talked about seeds, and today I'm going to show you what plants, a whole bunch of pictures of plants, what they look like after they've grown for a while. So, you'll be studying these pictures and just thinking about them. Have you seen these before? Do you know what they are? Do you know how they grow? If you don't know, maybe you can wonder what they are or if they grow in California. Some of you might have eaten some of the plants that we've seen. So, when you are studying and observing these plants carefully, you'll be acting like a biologist. So, scientists have different names when they study different science topics. When we learned about weather, we were meteorologists. That was our last science unit. So, now that we're going to be studying plants and animals, we will be biologists. I called you that last week, and some of you probably didn't even know what that meant. So here's a picture of a man being a biologist. He's studying an animal called an octopus. So let's write the word biologist up here. I've put the consonants in red, and I've put the vowels in pink. So let's start with the consonants. What do you hear at the beginning of biologist? B, b, b. Biol. So those are the consonants in the word biologist. Now let's do the vowels. There's I, O, another O, and another I. There's only two vowels and they're repeated, O and I. Say biologist, biologist. It's a person who studies plants and animals. Or you could do like whiskers for animals. A person who studies plants and animals. So are you all ready to be biologists? We'll put that there by Mabel. So I'll show you some of these pictures of plants, and your job is to you can talk to me about them if you want, or talk to a Stuffy if you have one here. You can talk to your sibling or your parents about them. Usually we do this in room 5. We walk around the tables and look at all the pictures. But these are all pictures that are related to plants. So think about, how are these related to plants? What do you know about these things that you're seeing? What do you notice? What do you observe? While you're thinking about all those things, this might be a good thing for you to write about in your journal during the daily 3 later. You could write something you know about plants or something you wonder about plants. Something you saw in one of these pictures. I have a few more. And then we'll read a story. And here's our last one. Okay, and now we'll read a story called Zinnia's Flower Garden. And I have these pages that go along with it, so I will try to upload those into Google Classroom. It talks about what Zinnia does first, second, third, and fourth in the story to help her garden. So her name is Zinnia, which is also the name of a flower that looks like this. There's a lot of names that are the same names as flowers. Lily, Violet, Zinnia. Zinnia's Flower Garden by Monica Wellington and illustrated by Monica Wellington. Zinnia's Flower Garden. Here's the table of contents. So that means that there's more than just that one story in here. Zinnia's flower garden starts on page 2, and then Growing Sunflowers starts on page 32. Ooh, this page, we just read the pictures. Looks like she's busy loading up her animals and some tools to go to her garden. Spring has arrived. Zinnia is getting her garden ready for planting. She digs up the soil and turns it over with her shovel. She takes out stones and rakes the dirt smooth. The warm sun feels good as she works. This is interesting. It says My Garden Journal. So she's keeping notes about what she does in her garden every day. That's a great idea. Zinnia carefully plants many kinds of flower seeds in rows. She covers the seed with dirt and pats it all down very gently. She sprinkles the ground with water. Oh, and that's cute. They show us what she's writing every day. It says May 3rd. Very busy planting my seeds today. Such hard work. And there she is. She has a couple little helpers with her, doesn't she? Zinnia waits for the seeds to sprout. The seeds need the sun to shine, the rain to fall, and many days to pass. It's hard to wait so long for her seeds to grow. Here's her journal again. Every day, Zinnia checks her garden to see if anything has happened. Look! The first seedling is poking up through the dirt. Now Zinnia's garden is full of green sprouts growing toward the sun. Little stems grow taller. Little leaves get bigger. Little roots burrow deeper into the earth. Zinnia takes care of her garden every day. When the sun is hot and the soil is dry, she waters her thirsty plants. She pulls up pesky weeds that try to crowd out her plants. She inspects them for greedy bugs. She measures how tall her strong and healthy plants are growing. Every day, they get bigger and bigger. First thing in the morning, Zinnia runs out to check her garden. She's excited to see little buds growing on many of her plants. Oh, and look, she must have some caterpillars in her garden, changing into monarchs. Oops, skipped a page. Then at last she finds out what she has been waiting for. The first flower. One bud has bloomed. How beautiful! And what a sweet smell. There are many more buds that will open soon. Her flowers are abundant, and Zinnia cuts some to arrange into bouquets. The fragrant scents of the flowers swirl around her in the warm breeze. Oh, she grew sunflowers over there. Look at all those different varieties of flowers. One hot summer day, Zinnia has a lemonade stand and puts up a sign. Pick your own flowers. Customers come and gather bunches of flowers and drop money in her jar. Her journal says, August 28th, busy today at my stand. Everyone loves my flowers. Oh, and she made a flower crown. In the autumn, which is fall, as it gets colder, Zinnia picks the last flowers from her garden. She finds ripe seeds that have formed. They are ready to be collected. She will save them to plant next year. And she said, I'll leave some for the birds. They like to eat seeds. The winter days are short. The sun is dim and the ground is covered with snow. But Zinnia is already planning next year's garden. When spring comes, she will be ready to grow her very own flowers again. And then this is the second part. This is about how to grow sunflowers. And I'm going to save that probably for a different day. We can look through the pictures quick. It reminds me of the video Waylon and his mom showed us about planting. Hopefully, maybe some of you are starting to see more sprouts on your seeds too. Okay, tomorrow I will give you a little tour of all the plants around my house. See you then.